Whatever you do, don't share any personal information to strangers. So today's topic is going to be about a kid that goes by the name Bloody. Bloody, who is a 15-year-old kid, was recently attacked by 16-year-old kid named Icy last Thursday, July 11, 2024. He had snuck out of the house and went to an alleyway, and Icy had put Bloody's location in Google Maps and track him down. He drove there with a bat and a knife. Bloody had made a comment saying that he wanted Icy to come kill him, but didn't know that Icy was being serious. So when Bloody seen Icy, he had told Icy that he had changed his mind. But Icy completely ignored that and struck Bloody in the head, on his face and on his back about 13 times. Then Bloody became unconscious. While being in an unconscious state, Icy had raped and sexually assaulted Bloody, along with carving pictures such as hearts and stars and his name on Bloody and cutting up his face, and possibly sat there for the whole entire day until Icy contacted Bloody's sister. But this part is really shocking because Bloody's sister had also played along in this act. She had went into Icy accounts and pretended to be Icy, while Icy pretended to be Bloody's sister. I have contacted some Gacha Ranters about the situation, but come to later realize that we were all being played the whole entire time. It wasn't long before we realized that it was either one having both accounts or the sister was a part of the situation, which we were right the second time. And as of now, Icy still has access to a cell phone to harass Bloody and possibly other people. He is in jail. He had told me that his friend had snuck his cell phone into the jail cell, and telling Bloody to kill himself and to say that he is a bunch of inappropriate things that should not be said to a kid like this. Even though they are both children, it is still wrong for someone to call someone else that. When Bloody was struck in his head, he had a coma and was unconscious for a few days, but is now recovering and fully awake. He has brain trauma, he has PTA, and there are some things that he can't remember. A lot of things that happened right now. Post-traumatic amnesia (PTA) is a state of confusion and disorientation that is followed by a brain injury. It can happen when a person appears to be unconscious for a while. It can cause a person to have confusion. PTA can last up to several days and weeks depending on the brain injury and how severe it was. So it can be a little frustrating for Bloody since he is going through a time like this when it comes to trying to remember some things. Another thing that I want to point out is that Icy had manipulated Bloody into making him send nudes by giving him a particular type of drug that I will not be discussing for the maturity of other people. He had also told Bloody to FaceTime and forcing him to do some inappropriate things, along with forcing Bloody to have sexual intercourse with him. This was genuinely disgusting and diabolical. Knowing that this kid hasn't done anything to Icy, the only thing that I can say is that they had an argument amongst their friends, which is something I don't really know, but I know that is what happened. So I cannot go into details on that situation. Also, during the time when the situation was brought up by Icy, who pretended to be Bloody's sister at the moment, was constantly bugging me about other ranters, which I felt like that was for attention, especially since he kept specifically bringing them up. Apparently he had contacted Flo, but I'm not too sure if Flo ever responded or not, which luckily I am glad that Flo was not dragged into the situation. For the other Gacha Ranters that I had dragged this mess into, I deeply apologize for this. I'm sorry that this person wasted your time and deceived y'all. I really appreciate the help and the effort that you guys put into this situation. Thank you. A few other things that I want to bring up is that Icy and possibly Bloody's sister is posting videos about what happened to Bloody on social media such as TikTok and YouTube as a joke, making videos showing Bloody getting sexually harassed and raped. While purposely mentioning me and Bloody in his videos, and Bloody, he said that he was scared. And with the many accounts that Icy is continuously making, it's difficult to keep blocking all his accounts and making sure that the same thing won't happen to anyone else in the future. Icy shows no remorse for his actions, and nor does Bloody's sister. And it is absolutely disgusting, disrespectful and disgraceful on how these two act. They show that they do not care that they hurt an innocent kid. And this is not a joke. This is not something you should joke about, Nora. Is this something that you should do? Getting sexually assaulted and rape is a serious crime, and it can really traumatize anyone. And most of the time, people cannot let go of the fact that they went through that. It is hard to forget a lot of things such as getting sexually assaulted. Insulting people with weapons is also serious crime, especially in the way how Icy had struck and hospitalized Bloody. It is not cool to harass and to bully other people, and calling people inappropriate names. You can seriously put trauma on a person from bullying, and it can negatively affect their life. Please do not share any personal information online. It is extremely dangerous, and it can get you into a situation such as this if you are not careful. Don't easily trust people, because people can pretend to be someone that you may think they are the person that you want them to be, when in reality they can be a whole different person and hurt you or use you for their own desires or manipulate you into doing things you're not comfortable with. Being online is just as worst as getting snatched by a stranger, and you can potentially lead to getting snatched if you share your personal information, and possibly worse. Please take this advice for your own safety. And if you are a victim of sexual assault or harassment, you are not alone. You are loved. And there are many people out there who love and support you. And there are many people out there who are willing to help. If you are a victim, no one deserves this type of mistreatment or this type of harassment. This is not okay for someone to be doing these types of things to you. Please report and block Icy's TikTok accounts and YouTube account. Again, please be safe and do not share any personal information to online strangers. I love you all and have a great day or night.